You must watch this before it's too late, because not every warning in life arrives loudly. Sometimes Allah warns a person quietly, through a feeling in their chest, a restlessness in their soul, a reminder that reaches them at the exact moment they were beginning to drift too far. Maybe that's where you are right now, still functioning, still smiling, still living your daily life. But deep down, something feels off. Something feels distant, like your heart hasn't felt truly connected in a long time. That feeling is not something to ignore, because one of Allah's earliest warning signs is when the soul starts becoming empty, while the dunya keeps becoming louder. You continue consuming, scrolling, chasing distractions, yet your heart still feels unsettled afterward. Shaitan wants you comfortable in that state. He doesn't need you to completely abandon your faith overnight. He just wants you distracted long enough that Salah becomes delayed, Quran becomes occasional, and remembrance of Allah slowly fades into the background. Because spiritual distance rarely happens suddenly. It happens quietly. One missed prayer without concern. One habit you promised you'd stop later. One distraction repeated so often that the heart begins accepting it as normal. And then something dangerous happens. The heart slowly stops reacting. Reminders don't hit the same anymore. Guilt fades. Reflection disappears. A person starts living on autopilot while their soul quietly weakens underneath everything. If this message is affecting you right now, then listen carefully. Your heart is still alive. The discomfort you feel is not a curse. It's mercy. Allah is allowing your soul to feel unsettled before it becomes completely numb. Because Allah does not warn people out of hatred. He warns them out of mercy. He sends reminders before destruction. He opens doors before they close. He calls people back before their hearts become too attached to temporary things. Think about how many chances Allah has already given you. How many times you are protected without even realizing it. How many times you could have gone further down the wrong path. But something inside you stopped you. That was not random. Allah has been caring for you even in moments where you barely remembered Him. And the fact that you are hearing this right now may be another sign that He still wants good for your heart. Don't wait for a major crisis before turning back to Allah. Some people only wake up after losing something, after heartbreak, after tragedy. But wisdom is recognizing the warning before the fall happens. Start returning now, not perfectly, not dramatically, just sincerely. Pray again with presence. Speak to Allah honestly. Reduce the distractions that are slowly suffocating your soul. Take one real step back toward your deen. Because the beauty of Allah's mercy is this. No matter how far a person drifts, the door back to Him remains open as long as their heart still wants to return. You'll look back at this exact reminder and realize it was not sent to scare you. It was sent to save you. A quiet warning before your heart became too distant, and a gentle invitation back to the peace, purpose, and closeness to Allah your soul had been missing all along. Maybe the reason your chest has felt heavy lately is not because Allah abandoned you, but because your soul has been trying to pull you back while the dunya keeps pulling you away. You can feel that battle sometimes. One part of you wants peace, sincerity, closeness to Allah, but another part keeps reaching for distractions that temporarily numb you while quietly draining your heart at the same time. That's the deception of this world. It promises comfort while feeding emptiness. It keeps people entertained enough to ignore the condition of their soul until years pass and they recognize who they've become anymore. Shaitan is patient. He knows most people will not destroy themselves overnight. So he whispers slowly. Small compromises, small delays, small distractions repeated consistently until the distance between a person and Allah quietly grows. But there comes a moment where the heart becomes tired of running, tired of pretending temporary things are enough, tired of carrying anxiety, overthinking, emptiness, and spiritual exhaustion while acting like everything is fine. Maybe this is that moment for you, not because you suddenly became perfect, but because your heart is finally becoming honest about what it truly needs. Because deep down, your soul does not crave more distractions. It craves stillness, meaning. Salah prayed with presence, Quran read slowly, a heart that remembers Allah without feeling forced. And that's why Allah sometimes allows restlessness into a person's life, not to break them, but to wake them up, to make them realize that peace was never meant to be found in endless scrolling, attention, money, or validation. Real peace begins when the soul reconnects with its Creator, when a person stops running from Allah and starts returning to Him with sincerity, even if they return weak, flawed, and carrying years of mistakes, because Allah does not ask you to return perfect. He asks you to return willing to try again, willing to pray again, willing to stop letting Shaitan convince you that your past is bigger than Allah's mercy. Listen carefully to this. The fact that you still feel guilt after sin is a mercy. The fact that reminders still touch your heart is a mercy. The fact that part of you still wants closeness to Allah is proof that your soul has not died. Don't ignore these signs. Some people lose the ability to feel spiritually affected altogether. They hear reminders and feel nothing. They miss prayers and feel nothing. Their hearts become so attached to the dunya that reflection no longer reaches them. Your heart is still responding, still searching, still pausing, still hoping, and that means Allah is still opening the door for you before it becomes too late. Take this reminder seriously tonight, not with fear alone, but with hope. Hope that no matter how far you've drifted, Allah's mercy is still greater. Hope that your story is not over. Hope that the heart that feels lost today can still become a heart filled with light tomorrow.